Well, I am Black history. This would my history is the reason why I'm here. I ain't gotta study my history.
Just because you can drive a car don't mean you can build one.
What, bro? You just saying stuff. Not now. You just saying stuff. Like, what is it? What?
What
What are
I'm
you?
saying is, just because you are something don't mean you know your own history.
But I do know my own history.
Well, that's why we're asking
The
you
whole
to
Black
qualify
experience in
yourself.
America is my experience. I ain't got no immigrants in my family. We ain't got no. We not celebrating no Africanness or none of that.
Just because you get your
We've
ass
been
whooped by the
right here.
police don't mean you understand how policing
What
works.
is you talking about, bro? You just saying stuff. What are you? You just
All right,
saying
bro.
stuff,
You about
bro.
to get flushed.
No,
Somebody get what?
no, he's a guest, man. Like this, we're gonna and listen.
Get flushed by what? No, let him speak his no. Speak your mind.
I got a flush sound on the soundboard, so when people talking trash, I flushed them off the stream. But I'm letting you stick around, bro.
Oh, you can flush me. You can flush me. I'm not sure this. I'm not sure the angle y'all coming from. I go in a lot of rooms. You know what I'm saying? What is this, like the super book club room? Like what is this like? I'm talking about reality, bro. I don't know what this guy talking about.
We're not proud of ignorance over here.
Me neither. I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm not sure what you like. What you supposed to be, like a super intelligent guy that's smarter than everybody or something?
No,
like, what's that about?
So that's not the. I think that there's information asymmetry in the conversation.
I'm going common sense, bro. I like to deal with common sense.
I mean, I'm trying to meet you, man.
I'm saying. What?
Common sense has its limitations, though, and I do think.
No, it doesn't, though. But it doesn't. Common sense. 1 + 1 is 2. Water is wet. That's where I'm at with it. I ain't all the other stuff. I don't know nothing about that other stuff. Y'all got me on that one.
So you can't use common sense to validate that your Africanness has been removed when people are trying to inform you the ways in which it has actually been.
Listen, we're not keeping no African customs. We ain't got no African.
No, you're dealing with somebody who's irrational. He's Afrophobic.
Wait, hold on.
I'm not Afrophobic. I'm not Afro. What is you? He just saying stuff. This guy just jumping in saying shit. Like,
oh, brother, Professor Talawa, go ahead, brother.
Just one quick question to brother. Is it Volvo?
Yeah.
Is Volvo? All right. Quick question. You said something about the language thing. So with language, I'm going to be a little technical, so just a little bit of patience. Grammar is how like words are put together. So you have the words in the language, but you have grammar, right? One of the things that you do a lot that's very African, you talk in double negatives. For example, you said, I don't want no punching bag. Or I think you said something like that when the sequence there. Or we don't speak no language that comes from them or whatever. That's classical African grammar, because in African language, there's double negatives. So you see this in the Caribbean. We're not taught no foolishness, right? That's double negative. You have the same thing in Ebonics in the United States. So that's directly from African grammar. Now, the words are English, but how they're put together is how African people put languages together. So you talking double negative is an African behavior.
Listen, bro. All right, my brother. Listen, y'all not about to crowbar me into no Africanness and all that. I respect that. I understand that if I take a DNA test, of course, I'm going to have some African heritage, of course. But that is over. Once we encountered these people, they stripped us naked. We created something totally different, totally new. Totally new. You can't just crowbar me and shoehorn me into some Africanness.
So you've been ethnically cleansed. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, they stripped us of everything.
So you're admitting defeat.
Listen to what I'm saying. These people, right? I don't know if you know what happened, bro. I don't know if you know what happened. They took everything from us. They took our humanity. They raped us. They robbed us. They stripped us. They was in total control of everything we did. We built something that is special, that I'm not going to disrespect. Something that we did uniquely. No one helped us with it. No one did none of this stuff with it. It had nothing to do with no Africa. Africa didn't come get us or nothing. We did this uniquely. Period.
So I will agree with you that they did, in fact, take their humanity. They were stripped of their humanity. But I think it's important, bro. Let me share
When you
this.
say there, what do you mean? Like there is like
Because you can't be inhumane to another group of people without losing your humanity. Like, how do you enslave someone? How do you torture them? How do you strip them to? That's not something a human does. We resisted, so therefore we retained our humanity. Our humanity was never stripped, and I think that's the difference when we say that our
when I say humanity, I mean they humiliated us. They did everything possible.
Yeah, that's what
treated us like animals.
Hold on, that's what enslavement is.
Okay,
hold on 1 second. There's a difference between being enslaved and being a slave. A slave is someone's property. You're no different than a chair. Like, you don't have any agency of your own. Being enslaved means that you are a person under the condition of enslavement. So that means you still have agency. You resist. You burn plantations. You
bro,
put
this plebiscite Bible now. You're getting into plebiscite Bible.
No. You don't want to resist. That's what it is.
Hold on 1 second. Anytime somebody uses the word babble, in an intelligent conversation, and this is a word that's often used within the hashtag FBA movement, it means that they've gotten into a point of the discussion where the water is getting a little bit too deep. Like once you get out of the shallow end of the pool, and now people are presenting you with actual information, right? It's like if you've ever seen the movie Idiocracy. Have you seen that movie before?
Oh man, no, bro, you got so many references, bro.
But that's the issue. That's why I said there's information asymmetry, because you're in a conversation with somebody who has an ocean full of references.
Let's not go around the block. Let's not go around the block.
Did you hear what I just said?
No, hold on. Listen, let's not go, because you're taking me around the block, though.
I'm not taking you around the block. I'm taking you deeper into the ocean, but you can't swim.
Yeah, I'm Michael Phelps right now.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm Michael Phelps. I'm like a great white right now.
I agree. You are Michael Phelps.
Listen to what I'm saying. You just said, hold on. You said it's a difference between being enslaved and a slave.
Yes.
What are you talking about? We were slaves
because
we were these people slaves. See, that's why I say I'm about reality, bro. I'm not.
Here's the difference. There were African people who were captives and therefore held as prisoners of war. Those African people never stopped being African people, and therefore they resisted enslavement. They burnt plantations.
But they were still slaves.
But there were African people who indeed did the process of enslavement turned them into slaves. Those African people would say, I'm an American. Don't go talking that Guinea man stuff to me, that Kunta Kinte. So there were African people who stopped resisting. They stopped being African and they became what they were being created to be. Slaves. There's a difference.
Slaves, Negroes, Americans.
Yes. Do you understand?
We were slaves. They sold us as slaves.
No, we were.
You trying to say that? Oh, they didn't have the slave mindset. Okay, all right, I'll give you that. The fact is, they were still slaves. They were sold as slaves, treated as slaves, classified as slaves. They were slaves.
Define slave.
Define slave. A servant against your will.
So if you have your own will, are you a slave?
No.
All right then. So the people who fought back, did they have their own will, or were they slaves?
They were slaves and then they fought back. They were slaves. They were slaves and then they fought for freedom. They're fighting for freedom.
You just said that. So, and that's the key difference right there. It's not babble. You just said that a slave, he asked you to define it, right? Words have meaning. You said a slave does not have their own will. So by your very definition, someone who is fighting is not a slave, even though they are under the condition of enslavement. It's a difference. It's not.
No, if you're under the condition of enslavement, you are a slave.
No, one term is still giving your ancestors their humanity, and one term is dehumanizing them. If you are in prison and you don't want to be in prison, that doesn't change the fact that you are a prisoner. You are in prison.
So is Nat Turner a slave?
Yes, Nat Turner was a slave.
Was
That's
he a
why
slave when he killed 66
he had
white
a
folks?
slave rebellion.
Was he enslaved when he killed 66 of them?
No, he wasn't enslaved.
All right
He
then.
fought
So
against
what are you
slavery.
arguing against?
He fought because he was a slave. He was an actual slave. That's why he was fighting.
Yo, you got it.
Are there any
I'm not
Yeah, I
arguing
know
with
I got it.
Yo, this
Yeah,
is,
he didn't want to be a slave. He was born a slave.
bro. You got I did pull something up for you because I thought that this was important. I still got the slides over here, but hold on one second. I think this might be.
I really would like to stay on topic, bro. I mean, like, but
everything is on topic.
okay, huh? What's
Yeah.
the misinformation about? I'm missing it. I'm missing. What's the misinformation?
I mean, you just said that one of the core, or you acknowledged that one of the core tenets of the hashtag.
You're not consistent. You wiggle and jiggle.
Hold on one second. You just acknowledged that one of the core tenets of the FBA movement is that Black Americans, the African Americans, are not Africans. We've stopped being Africans. Even Tariq Nasheed.
Genetically, I'm pretty sure if I take a DNA test, which I don't need to take a DNA test to tell me who I am.
Did you see the clip where Tariq? Did you see the clip where Tariq Nasheed was asked by forget the brother's name? He asked him what was one of the key things you learned while making this movie, 1804, a movie about African resistance. He said one of the key things I learned is that we as
but go ahead.
They were African people in Haiti, brother. Let me ask you this, because this is the importance of having historical references. What was the average lifespan of a person who was enslaved in Haiti?
Bro, I don't know.
The average lifespan was 7 to 8 years.
Oh, right.
So that means that in order for the plantation system to operate, that a fresh crops of enslaved Africans had to be delivered on a regular basis because they were being literally worked to death. Why was that an issue? Because the people who they were bringing over were adults. These are people who knew freedom. So therefore, when they got to the plantation, they resisted, meaning they remained African. They fought, they burnt it down. So the reason why the slave trade had to end, because the plantation economy could not be sustained with bringing Africans over because they would continue to fight. What I'm saying is, when you stop being African is when you stop fighting. And when you stop fighting is when you become a slave. Does that make sense?
No, but go ahead. But go for it.
All right. So I mentioned you almost made me forget why I mentioned Haiti. Why did I mention Haiti? Why did I bring Haiti up?
I guess you're about to pull up a clip or something.
Because Haiti is the clearest example of what it means when Black people come across the ocean and continue to be themselves.
I brought it up because Tariq Nasheed, when he was doing his promo run for 1804, he was asked by Rock Newman, what's the most important lesson he learned while doing this film? And he said what he learned is that we as African people are invincible when we step into our Africanness, when we remove the European shade from our mind. He said our and we. He's been saying our and we all throughout all of his promotional runs, meaning he was not just simply saying that we are genetically African, right? Because he'll tell you today, all people on the planet are genetically African because life starts in Africa. No, that's not what he was saying. He was saying that culturally, spiritually, as a people, we remained African, and that was the primary source of our resistance. So even he acknowledged this, but now with this hashtag movement, which is a white flag movement, right? You're waving the white flag to America. Because once you start saying, hey, I'm not African no more, I's American, when at the same time you are filing claims with the UN to say that America is committing genocide against you, right? If you are American, then why can't you receive justice in America?
I don't care where you are in the world. Red, white, and blue is Europe. It's the West. So you keep waving the enemy's flag. Y'all ignorant. Y'all don't want to deal with nobody's history. You don't want to deal with your own history, and it's getting on my nerves.
All right, bro. You might have to take this guy out of here, bro. He kind of emotional, and I don't know this guy
I'm gonna
like.
take your stupid ass out
Oh,
of
yeah,
here
you're not.
because
Oh,
your
yeah.
head
Oh,
will
You
get
see what
cut
I'm saying?
off.
You see what I'm saying? He
Mr. Emo,
crashing.
Mr.
Yeah,
Emo,
look,
you got.
crashing, bro. He crashing, bro. He a crash dummy.
Yeah,
You gonna have to keep him out of here, man.
Professor Emo, bro. You gotta.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on,
can't really be
hold
taken
on, hold on,
serious, bro. You
hold on,
emotional and whining
hold
and
on. Let me jump in here as the moderator.
it's really getting on my nerves. Like, man, come on, bro.
Go back to PlayStation.
Yo, wait.
I don't even own a PlayStation. What are you talking about?
Yo, hold on, both of y'all. Can y'all just respect my platform?
You go,
Like
hey,
Jody
you go
Joe.
back to Africa. You go back to Africa.
Oh, Brother Vovo, hold on. Let me mute both of y'all real quick. Brother Vovo, let me mute you. Brother Emo,
Baby boy.
let me mute you, Brother Emo. Listen, as black men, I just want us to be able to have a respectful conversation. Brother Emo, you got a little bit heated. I want you to stay in the conversation. Just offer the brother just respect as a man. I know you didn't mean it. You heated, so can you just enter back into the conversation the right way?
I apologize.
Appreciate that, fam. Appreciate that. All right. So brother Volvo, I want to share this with you. And then I want to if there's any other FBA folks on the stream, please do pull up because I don't want brother Volvo to feel like he's being bombed on. But brother Volvo, what I'm sharing here with you, right?
I don't feel like I'm being bombed on.
Well, that's good. I just say I don't want you to feel like that. So if you don't feel like it, then that means you're being successful.
I'm gonna stop saying babble. This is mumbo jumbo. It's just mumbo and jumbo.
Where does mumbo jumbo come from?
Straight out of Congo.
Oh, wait. I'm asking a brother because he just said he don't have no.
Straight out of Congo. Straight out of Congo. Like y'all just where does that come from?
I'm asking you because you just used the term you've been making the argument all night that you have no African pretensions. Where does mumbo jumbo?
I don't know, bro. I don't know why y'all trying to crowbar everything in.
You just used the word mumbo jumbo. Where did it come
from? Mumbo jumbo, yes, mumbo jumbo, yeah.
Where does it come from?
It's straight out of Congo. That's what Brud just said. I don't know. I don't know, but you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm telling you that
look, you see, like any little thing I do, if I cough, who was the first man to just cough, brother?
No,
the first cough was in Africa.
I'm pointing out things to you that you are doing in real time that are literally carryovers of Africa. Well, first of all, the word mumbo jumbo is a bastardization of an African word. That's
go ahead, yeah.
All right, but we're not going to go there. I wanted to pull this up because you said that we stopped being African, right? So this report right here is called the first Mohawk conference on the Negro question. You familiar with the Negro question, right? As a historian?
No, man, come on, just come on with it. Yeah, come on with it, man.
All right, I'm. This is important. So 1890, meaning 10 years before the 20th century, meaning 30 years after emancipation.
Beautiful.
Rutherford B. Hayes, then the president of this country, the former president of this country, they're having this conference to talk about us, the Negro, the black person. Here's what they're saying in the conference about us. I want you to read this here, right? And I'm only going to this particular part. It says, I'll actually start higher up. It says, we hear from various quarters statements which challenge serious and candid attention. In the southern states are 7 millions of colored people, of whom probably 1/2 are unable to read and write. And illiteracy in their case, we are told, means far more than ignorance of letters. Follow me here. He's saying them being illiterate is far more than them just not being able to read. He's about to make the argument that them being illiterate is also due to them still practicing their heathen or savage African ways. He says, it means a condition according to a high authority compounded of ignorance, superstition, shiftlessness, vulgarity, and vice. There may be gross exaggerations in the tales we hear of the voodoo paganism, meaning an African religion that the people in the South are still practicing, which under the name of religion lurks if it does not prevail in the cotton and cane growing districts of the South known as the Black Belt. Right. So let me remove my screen really quick. Remove this from the screen.
That was hilarious.
Wait, quick question, Brother Omawale.
Yes, sir.
Could you email that to me?
The Mohawk conference?
The citation, yeah, because I'm gonna actually need that.
Yeah, no, I'll send it to you. That's no problem.
That's actually
Yeah. So that was in 1890, 10 years before the 20th century, 30 years after slavery, the former president of this country saying, mind you, this is before the Great Migration, before all of the Africans who were in the South started migrating to the North. He's saying that the Africans in the South, the majority of them were still practicing voodoo and pagan rites. Where does voodoo and pagan rites come from?
Africa, I'm guessing.
So is that not an African cultural retention? When we talk about things like hoodooism in the South, is that not your ancestors?
We ain't never celebrated no voodoo or none of that type of shit.
Yes, because you and fleeing from the South, a big part of the project and leaving from the South is what they refer to as becoming American. And when you become Americanized,
you forget.
Bro, I was just in Atlanta, bro. My family in Atlanta don't celebrate no voodoo or none of that, bro.
Okay, let me
in the same neighborhood from when they literally the next county over from the plantation that we was in.
Over the 20th century, my brother, what was the cultural center of black life in America?
I don't know, bro.
The Black church.
Okay, all right.
So if the Black church was the cultural center of Black life in America in the 20th century, if the goal is to become Americanized, do you not think that they would then become Christianized?
You say become Americanized. What does that mean? What do you mean when you say that? I'm missing what you're saying. Like, what are you trying to say?
It's a process known as assimilation. When people assimilate into the dominant culture, and if the dominant culture is white European culture, a part of being Americanized, meaning removing your Africanity and becoming more like your enslaver, becoming American.
Listen, bro, I'm talking about reality. Can we get back to reality?
When did we stop talking about reality?
When y'all putting up documents and doing this and doing that. I see what type of room this is now. I go in a lot of rooms though. I deal with a lot of shit like this.
So listen, you deal with
what's your gamer tag, bro?
Huh? What'd he say?
He said, "What's your gamer tag?"
I don't have a gamer tag. I don't even own a system. I need to get a system. I'm thinking about getting a system earlier. Well, look, he throwing shots, bro. When you resort to trolling. When you resort to trolling, bro, you don't know, bro, this guy got a mental illness right here. This guy ain't saying nothing, bro.
Yeah, I got drapetomania, and you on the plantation.
Look, just saying stuff. Just stuff. Look, that's just stuff. That's nothing. It don't mean nothing. It ain't about nothing. He's just saying stuff, bro. This guy was, man, I thought you was bringing me on here. I didn't know that this is the special needs room.
Oh man,
you bringing this guy on here, the special needs guy on here?
We all got to catch shots, beloved. So let me share. I'm gonna share something else with you, because while you here, you gonna drink from the fire hydrant, bro. Like you said, you're not used to being in spaces where people provide information. So
no, it ain't just because you reading stuff. That don't mean it's information. What is this about? What is the topic about, bro?
So the topic that we've been on is how we have not lost our Africanity. That's a claim.
We have, though.
So
we don't dress like them. We don't talk like them. We don't keep the same stuff. I'll tell you, hold on, wait. Now let me explain. I asked how. What did we
you want me to explain how with information?
Oh, do you eat sweet potato pie? You like sweet? Where does the yam come from? What? Man, what are you talking about, man? Is you playing with me, man? Is you wasting my time? What is y'all talking about?
No, that's actually a good conversation, bro. Like,
we know where the yam come from.
Where does it come from?
What? Huh?
Where does it come from?
Africa. We all know that.
Okay. All right, bro.
This like bean pie.
Bro, this is a book right here. You should get. Right. It's called "In the Shadow of Slavery." Just go look for that on Amazon.
You read all the books, bro. We know this is you got a book for everything, bro. Huh?
No, listen, because bro. It's talking.
Yeah, we don't read books over at my movement.
Hold on. It's the conversation went along the lines of food. So I'm sharing with you, my brother, a resource that could better inform you on how our food, the way we cook it, and a lot of it even comes from the continent.
I'm a fried chicken type nigga, bro. I don't think we was frying no chicken in Africa.
Okay, brother. All right. So
yeah, I'm keeping it real. I'm a fried chicken type nigga. I'm a mac and cheese kind of guy.
What went on this? What went on the sides with the fried chicken? Because when you start getting into them sides, you know what?
Mac and cheese. We like mashed potatoes with
I
it.
want to share this with you.
Coleslaw. Huh?
I want to share this with you because what you see right here on the screen, these are American Negroes.
Yeah, descendants of slaves. Them my people right there. Ain't none of them niggas got on no dashiki.
Hold on.
Ain't none of them niggas got on no. Ain't none of them niggas running around. Flip flops on.
Hold on. I agree with you. These are your people. So these people are having a conversation, right? Because they're having a conversation about the black folks who are migrating to the north from the south. So these
they migrated to the north. Yes, that's part of my culture. That has nothing to do with migrating to Africa. Nothing to do with Africa. That's a part of my story.
So these people, this is a part of your story, right? Because your grandfather migrated from Georgia, so he was some of the people that they're talking about. So I want you to hear what they're saying.
Come on.
At our last meeting, we discussed the problem of integrated housing, and we found out that almost 1,700 Negroes are moving into Los Angeles a month. By 1970, there'll probably be 1 million Negroes in this city. And I know that people are concerned about this. They may not talk about it very often, but I certainly heard them shudder in church when he said there'd be 1 million Negroes in Los Angeles.
We shudder because we're saying, in essence, the majority of these people are not like we are. And we felt that maybe some of us felt we left the South because we were getting away from this problem. We are part of this exodus too, but we are a little maybe embarrassed by the fact that here we're going to have a mass element come in that's going to create a tremendous social problem in the community to which we find great deal of difficulty in relating to.
Well, I don't want to sound like a do-gooder because I really am not, and I'm somewhat of a snob, but I do think that with these people coming in who are not our intellectual equals, nor are they of our sociological bracket, they're not to be a handicap to us. They'll find their own level. Now, I do sound like a snob, but I don't mean it this way. But they're used to living a certain way.
Hold on, brother. Now, those were American Negroes speaking. They were.
Hold on, wait. Now, were they speaking any African dialect or any? Were they speaking? They were speaking English.
They were speaking.
Go ahead.
They were speaking as proper version of English as they could because they were thoroughly assimilated and wanted no connection with black folks who had not assimilated into American culture yet. So the black folks who were coming from the South, they were like, hold on. Y'all got to stay over there because y'all still on that voodoo paganism stuff. Y'all still on that backward stuff, right? So do you understand like the contradiction here?
There's no misunderstanding
bro,
here.
You know what, bro? I'm doubting that you Black American, bro.
Okay,
man. Black Americans don't celebrate no down in the South. They not celebrating no voodoo and all that. Where you getting that at?
I just read to you.
That's what he said. That's what he said. Listen, bro. My people from all over the South.
Okay.
We ain't never celebrated no voodoo, man.
Okay.
That's just not true.
Okay.
When people tell you who they are, believe them.
No. I mean, listen, there's a level of calcified energy here that
I know y'all like those people on the video. Y'all the bougie, I'm the well-read, and these people are going to mess up everything we have. And y'all like them people in the video.
I think the difference. So here's the thing, brother.
Nah, son.
After being in the Americans generally are dumb. Americans are
you the brilliant guy. I can tell.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. This is not an insult. Americans, right? As a nation, right? This nation is pretty self-centered, but also incredibly ignorant. People all around the world will tell you that about Americans. And one of the challenges is when white America has a cold, Black America has the flu. So that ignorance, that level of ignorance is compounded by the last 20 years where you had a process in the American public food system known as No Child Left Behind. So you literally have, in cities like Philadelphia, where I'm from, you have Black men graduating high school that cannot read. So this is a problem because, like I said earlier, common sense has its limitations. So we're having a conversation about lineage and ancestry and who our people were and who we are. I'm introducing to you information, documentation, evidence that disputes the claims that you are making. And instead of you saying, oh, wow, I never knew that, where can I learn more about that? You're saying, no, that wasn't us. Who that wrote that, you know, that don't mean, like, bro, do you hear how you sound?
I'm going common sense, bro. You just pulling up documents and all types of shit, just pulling up stuff. This is the bottom line, bro. Let's go bottom line. My people been here for 500 years. When we came in contact with the European, they stripped us down. We created something totally different and totally new, separate from Africa. And it's the envy of all the world. Everybody want to be like us. Everybody.
These are hashtag FBA talking.
The conversation will not get carried forward because the thing is, he's talking from a position of defeat. So you cannot convince a defeated person to think like a victor.
How? Look, I'm saying that we still in the fight. That's what I'm saying. That we are still fighting.
Yo, you're not even fighting.
You not fighting. How was you fighting, bro? Y'all talking all this African shit. Y'all ain't even fucking with Africa.
Keep talking that defeat talk.
Wait. Let me. Hold on, brother Volvo. Yo, let's try to keep,
bro. That guy troll, man. He's troll.
Let's try to keep the conversation productive because
I don't even know what he's saying, bro. He's trolling, bro. He's trolling.
So, brother Volvo, do you see this on the stream?
I don't know. I'm trying to read it on my TV. I got it on my TV too, but it's a lag. Let me see. Huh?
Do you see the names that are on the stream?
Okay, yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
You familiar with any of those names?
No.
Okay, so these are notable who you would refer to as FBA, Foundational Black Americans, but they all would refer to themselves as Africans. But these are notable FBAs during the 19th century, and their documentation and writing about who they are and who our people were. So starting in 1797, which is the end of
lineage, bro. What's your lineage?
What was that?
What's your lineage?
I told you, brother, I'm African American. My family on my patrilineal side goes down to Lone County, Georgia. My family matrilineal side goes down to Alabama. I've been here since I can document that my patrilineal, I've been here since 1784. So you keep asking me what's my lineage?
I'm just curious. Because it do matter. No, that do matter.
Is that a response to me sharing?
No, I'm just wondering. Go.
It's already been answered.
Yeah, I'm sharing information with you about our common.
No, I'm just wondering. I'm just asking, but go ahead.
Okay. So all of the folks here, Prince Hall, David Walker, Martin Delaney, the Fugitive Slave Convention, which is an incredibly important piece of history, and W.E.B. Du Bois. All of them. I'm not going to read all of this documentation because, like I said, I put it in the slide. But Prince Hall writes in 1797, a charge to who? The African Masons. Now, Prince Hall is a free black man in the United States. But when he's writing to other black people, he is referring to them as what?
Africans? I don't know.
He's referring, it says it right here on the screen, bro. He's referring to them as African people. And this letter is a letter of resistance. It's a letter of struggle. But this is in 1797. I'm not going to read it because that'll take too long.
Somebody in the chat, please be respectful and stay on topic.
Yeah, that's my sister RM.
She's never departed.
She's the moderator. Do you know who David Walker is?
No.
Okay. David Walker is also a resistor, a fighter, but someone who you should also do a little research on. He writes in 1829, right before Nat Turner's rebellion, David Walker's appeal to the colored citizens of the world. If you read in his documentation, he also calls us Africans, right? He says, I acknowledge that there are some deceitful and hypocritical wretches among us who will tell us one thing while they mean another. And thus they go on aiding our enemies to oppress themselves and us. He's talking about the Negroes, the folks who want to be Americans. He says, but I declare this day before my Lord and Master that I believe there are some true-hearted, sons of Africa in this land of oppression, but pretended liberty. This is David Walker's appeal.
Okay, now let me ask you this, bro. All right, I got you, bro.
I'm just saying, what is he calling us? Is he calling us Americans, Negroes? What is he calling us?
I don't care what he calling us, bro.
Hold on, my brother. He is us. You're saying I'm sharing with you documented evidence that our fighters, that our resistors never stopped being African. The leader of the hashtag FBA movement stopped being African 3 years ago.
Hey, can I chime in?
Hold on one second, Brother George. I want to share just a couple more pieces I want to share with the brother. This is important because FBAers like to talk about all these other nations are fleeing. This is written in 1850. They
are fleeing, bro. They are fleeing.
Let me read this because this is from our ancestors. This is a letter to the American slaves from those who have fled from American slavery. So the free black people in this nation, because of the Slave Law Act, who had to flee to Canada or flee to Haiti. This is them writing to our brothers and sisters. And I'm going to read this part to you because this is important history. This is your ancestors. These are your foundational black Americans. Although
if you fled to Haiti, you're not my ancestor. You're a Haitian. If you fled to Canada, you're not my ancestor. You're a Canadian.
The difference between them is a boat stop.
Bro, please get this.
Read a book.
I can't take this guy. He's a troll, man.
So let me read this to this brother here. It says, including our children, we number in Canada at least 20,000. The total of our population in the free states far exceeds this. Nevertheless, we are poor. We can do little more to promote your deliverance than pray for it to the God of the oppressed, right? They're writing to their brothers and sisters because, we had a grapevine, right? They're writing to people who are enslaved. How is this letter getting to the enslaved? Because we had a grapevine, but they're writing to our people, letting them know that, hey, we still fighting for y'all, although we had to, bounce to Canada because they trying to bring us back into enslavement. But let me keep reading it. It says, we will do what we can to supply you with pocket compasses. What does that mean? We'll do what we can to send you compasses so when you try to run from slavery, you know your way north, right? He's saying, and dark nights when his good guiding star is hidden from the flying.
I'm not about to let you waste my time like this with just nothing, bro.
Hold on one second. Hold on.
You all right, man? You all right? I ain't about to sit here while you, man.
Hold on.
Woozy here.
You starting to feel woozy, bro? Providing
man. Yeah, you all right? Yeah, I'm not as intellectual as y'all. I'm not as smart as y'all. I'm gonna let y'all have it, man. Like, if you gonna sit here,
all right, so this is for the audience. Let me read this to the audience because this is important information, right? So it says, candor requires the admission that some of us would not furnish them even if we could. For some of us have become non-resistance, meaning we've stopped fucking fighting and have discarded the use of these weapons and would say to you, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you, bless them that curse you, and pray for them which despitefully use you. Such of us would be glad to be able to say that all of the colored men of the North are non-resistance. But in point of fact, it is only a handful of them who are. When the insurrection of the Southern slaves shall take place, as take place it will, unless speedily prevented by voluntary emancipation, the great majority of the colored men of the North, however much of the grief of any of us, will be found by your side with deep stored and long accumulated revenge in their hearts and with death-dealing weapons in their hands. And now, brethren, we close this letter with assuring you that we cannot forget you. You are ever in our minds, our hearts, our prayers. Perhaps you are fearing that free colored people in the United States will suffer themselves to be carried away from you by the American Colonization Society. Fear it not, and vain is it that this greatest and most malignant enemy of the African race is now busy and devising new plans and in seeking the aid of the government to perpetuate your enslavement. It wants us away from your side that you may be kept in ignorance, but we will remain by your side to enlighten you. It wants us away from your side that you may be contented, but we will remain by your side to keep you and make you more discontented. It wants us away from your side to end that your unsecured and conscious helplessness may make you easier and surer prey for your oppressors. But we will remain by your side to sympathize with you and cheer you and give you the help of our rapidly swelling members. The land of our enslaved brethren is our land, and death alone shall part us. Right? This is written in 1850, and the free folk are calling themselves enslaved, right? That when we're talking about people who were down on the plantations, but they said we as Africans, those of us who are still resisting, those of us who haven't become American Negroes, we still riding, we still gonna get your compasses, and if they don't sign the Emancipation Proclamation, we coming down with guns in hands to get you free. But this is all your history. This is your so-called foundational Black American history that makes you exhausted to hear.
Bro, you just reading stuff, bro. I think you know where we coming from with it.
No, I'm telling you that
y'all coming from reactionary.
I'm telling you that you're coming from a place of
native,
calcified and militarized ignorance. And as your brother, I'm trying to inform
you, bro. How, bro? You trying to shoehorn me into an African?
No,
I feel like that's disrespectful.
I've just demonstrated the level and calcification of your ignorance and of the hashtag FBA movement. People, I said this at the very beginning.
What do you think that we're saying here? What do you think that we're saying?
Demonstrated what y'all have saying.
What you're saying is,
it bro, you was a troll, bro. You was a troll, bro. You was a troll. You was a troll, bro. I'm done with you, bro.
What are you, a stupid troll?
What?
A stupid troll. You heard
me.
You
a light-skinned, fat, yellow troll, bro.
Right, so once
this guy offered me to come on the show, bro.
Hold on. Wait. Let me pause both of y'all. Now, brother Vovo, I asked the brother as black men to keep.
I'm Garvey, and he acting like Frederick Douglass. He calling me light skin.
Hold on.
This guy been jumping in, saying all types of shit to me, all types of.
You act like a slave.
He haven't called you a dark skinned fat troll, and
I don't care if you do, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not interested in talking to this guy anymore.
I know you're not. That's why you need.
I don't respect this conversation, bro. I don't respect what he's saying.
Hey, can I say something?
Hold on 1 second.
Stay on topic though. Where's the misinformation? The way you titling the room is like that's what the tethers be doing. Shit like that. So I'm trying to figure out what's the burl of
tether to what?
Huh? Hey, but hold on. Let me see. Hey, hold on, bro. Let me
hold on.
Yeah, let me say this, because what happens is when you listen to these type of people, when you've been on YouTube for so long, when you played that one video, that clip of those black folks, those sellouts, he initially said that those was his people.
Yeah.
And then when you played the clip, you know, he got kind of quiet. The problem is with a lot of our people, because we are the same people and we black. A lot of our people don't know how to receive any type of information from their own people, because they see themselves as stupid. So we got to be stupid.